How's it going? How's it going? Let's see. Alrighty. So, we're going to just be doing a little look today. And I figured I would just kind of catch up with you all because it's been a long time since I've been on here. And I know that, like, some of you have messaged me on Instagram and on Facebook and have asked me what I've been up to and what's been going on and if I'm okay. I'm fine. I've just been super crazy busy. I have started putting together stuff at local festivals here around Indy, and that has ate up a lot of my extra time. So, for those of you who haven't seen, I updated a slideshow video here on YouTube, and that slideshow had a lot of pictures of, let me know if this music is too loud, you guys. That slideshow had a lot of pictures of stuff we've been doing at festivals and the Lammas Witchy Retreat that I went on. That was super fun. So I figured I would talk about some of that was in the pictures. So I run a little business called Third Eye Fortunes that is primarily a festival-based business, as well as I work it from my home office here, where we do tarot readings, cartomancy readings, palm readings, and I sponsor local artists at my booth to sell their wares. And so we were at the Indianapolis Pagan Pride, which was amazing for those of you who weren't able to make it. It was a lot of fun. Here in Indianapolis, we used to have our Pagan Pride at Broad Ripple Park, but we have outgrown Broad Ripple Park tremendously, and so now we are at the fairgrounds. And there's a lot more space for us. I think we had like 85 vendors and like over 3,000 people, I think, showed up for the festival. So not bad for a Midwest Pagan Pride, right? Okay, so yeah, we were at the Indianapolis Pagan Pride, which was a lot of fun. Met some really cool people in our local community, which is always great. I sponsored 2 local artists, Ariel Breadlow and C. Kratz. They had some really amazing artwork. We donated to the auction, which was fun. And yeah, made lots of new friends, lots of new clients, made lots of money, lots of connections, and that was great. We were there from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and then we hustled and bustled over to Hannah Haunted Acres, which is a local haunt here in Indiana on the south side, and we were part of that festival from September 28th, which was the day of Pagan Pride, and also the debut day of Hannah Haunted Acres, which you'll hear me refer to that as HHA. And we were there up until, I think, November 3rd was our cutoff date. So pretty much every single day we were at Hannah Haunted Acres with our festival booth. And let's do some concealing. So, yeah, we were there from 10 to 5 at Hannah Haunted Acres, and then we had to hustle or there from 10 to 5 at Pagan Pride, and then had to hustle and bustle, honey, over to Hannah Haunted Acres. So, 10 o'clock in the morning until midnight, we were running festival. And that was crazy. I mean, we were living like rock stars, okay? Because the day before, we had gone out and celebrated my birthday, and we were out until 3 a.m. like a bunch of idiots. I don't even know why we were out that late. We're crazy, especially when we had to be up so early. Oh, thanks, Javon. Um, if you're talking about this tapestry behind me, I believe I got it as a gift, but I believe you can find it on Amazon. Yeah. Go on Amazon and type in Wheel of the Year tapestry, and you should be able to find it. Um, but yeah, that was a 14-hour festival day. That was in fucking insane. So pretty much since then, it's just been go, 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 go nonstop at the festivals, which I am so grateful for and I love doing. Um, but that's why you haven't seen me. Yeah, you can ask questions, but that's why you haven't seen me um, on here as frequently because I just don't have as much free time as I did. One of the cool things at the Indianapolis Pagan Pride was I got to see my Romney brother, Zachariah X Crane, who I think his YouTube channel is on here as Sega Waters. But we got to meet in person, and it's always really fun. Like, it's always just so cool when you get to meet people from online, you know? Because I've known him for a while online, but I just met him for the first time at our Pagan Pride. And he's delightful. I'm hoping to. I got a lot of big plans with Third Eye Fortunes come 2019, and one of those is I'm hoping to make it out to the Dayton, Ohio Pagan Pride. So if any of you live in that area, hopefully I will see you there. Well, how can you find out if you're a witch or a medium? If you feel like you are, you are. You know, if you practice witchcraft, then that makes you a witch. So, Javon, or Ash, I'm sorry, Ash. Okay, what first got you into occult stuff? Was it a person or experience or something else? Well, I was very fortunate. I was very fortunate in the sense that the occult was all around me from an early age. There was no getting around it. Um, there was no avoiding it. It was just intrinsically a part of my life. And I come from a very spiritual, kind of non denominational. You could classify my family as pagans, however, they probably would not classify themselves as pagans. But I come from a very open, very spiritual household. So stuff like divination, fortune telling, astrology, herbal medicine, very much was practiced. You could classify, you know, if you really want to put a label on it, you could probably call a lot of the people in my family practitioners or witches. A lot of them might not consider that title for themselves, but that's pretty much what they are. But I didn't really start getting seriously into the occult. Let's see. I think when I was around like 14 or 15, my mom gave me like my first deck of tarot cards. And at the time, like, I didn't really put much into it, put much stock into it, and I just kind of played around with it. And then kind of like when I got into high school is when I really got interested in pagan mythology, folklore, and traditional witchcraft practices, as well as getting interested in like the herbal medicine, trance work, spirit work, stuff like that. So, I don't know. I would say it's kind of a combination of what got me into the occult. I think having so much readily available for me, and it not being, you know, me not being shamed for being interested, and it being kind of encouraged, definitely played a large part. Okay. So Javon says, I feel like I come from a bloodline of witches and voodoo practice. All right, let's talk about that. So, my controversial opinion is that everyone comes from witches, because pretty much no matter what culture or heritage you come from, no matter what background you have, everyone has ancestors that were practicing some kind of esoteric energy manipulation. Everyone's ancestors were pagan, pre-Christian times. So everyone has that in their lineage or their line. As far as specifically voodoo goes, maybe you do, you know? If you feel that way, maybe you do. I am getting ready because me and one of my Third Eye Fortune booth babes are going to be going to have a little meetup session with one of the haunted festival owners at House of Trepidation. And we're going to go check out the space that we're going to be in, because they have a festival this upcoming weekend called Belle's Haunted Xmas, where it's like a Christmas haunted house pretty much. They have 3 different haunts, and we're going to go check out the space that they have. They've expressed interest in us being there, so we're going to go check that out. Whew. So as far as 2019 goes, as far as festivals, like I said, I have a lot of plans for 2019. And if any of you guys are local, you should come check us out. Come hang out with us. So in 2019, in April, Third Eye Fortunes, we will be at the Oddity and Curiosity Expo here in Indianapolis. We are also going to try to go to the Chicago and Dayton, Ohio Pagan Pride. And we will be at the Indianapolis Pagan Pride for sure. We will be at Hannah Haunted Acres again next year for sure. And I've got some other haunted deals on the table with Hannah Haunted Acres. And right now I'm working on growing the Third Eye Fortune crew. We call ourselves, it's the Fortune family is what we call it. And right now I've got 4 other tellers who do services like I do, who follow the Third Eye system. And I've got a team of booth babes. And the booth babes are just as important as the tellers are, because the tellers pretty much never leave their tent for the most part. They have their own 10 by 10 private tent, and that's where they see the clients, and the clients get funneled into their tents. The booth babes are the ones who are at a table in front of the tents, and they are the ones who market our services, who talk about Third Eye, who answer questions on our divination services, who explain the differences of our services. Like, a frequently asked question at festivals for people is like, okay, well, you do tarot, oracle, and cartomancy readings, like, what are the differences? So the booth babes are the folks who explain what those differences are. The booth babes are also the people who handle all the cash and handle all the money. That way none of the tellers are at a liability for having, money in their tents and having strangers in their tents, because that could definitely be a liability. You don't want to be in a closed off tent with a stranger with $200, $300, $500, $700 cash on you. That's just not a good idea. So the booth babes handle all that. On average, I would say most tellers make on average about 100, 150, 200 a night. And then the booth babes get paid $1 per client. So if there's 3 booth babes and they each see 20 people, or if there's 3 tellers and they each see 20 people a piece, then they would give the booth babes $60 each. So some of my tellers who worked with me this year are going to be ring leads for next year, which means they'll have their own Third Eye Fortune operations, and basically be like my partner and go run the operations at other festivals without me being present. So it's kind of more of a management position. And they will have their own tellers and their own booth babes, and follow the Third Eye system, and have a good time doing it. So that's what I've been really preoccupied with. Plus, I am coming to a close with my lunar program as we are approaching the last full moon of 2019. So spending that extra quality time with my lunar babies and my program, and preparing the program for next year. The lunar program is a month-to-month psychic forecast from each lunar month. So an example of that would be like the harvest moon in September to the blood moon or hunter's moon in October. And it is a psychic reading based off of the properties of that full moon. So like the harvest moon is very much about abundance and prosperity. The hunter's moon is very much about release and letting things go. The spirits and your ancestors and messages from the other side. As well, each moon talks about what energy you should be invoking and evoking during this lunar phase and this lunar time. So, and if you are not part of the program If you like Third Eye Fortunes on Facebook, you will be notified every time Third Eye Fortunes makes a post. And usually each month I have like a little flash lunar sale the week of the full moon, and it's $20 for one of the lunar readings that correspond to that month's astrology. But if you're a part of the program, you basically pay in advance for a year's worth of those lunar readings. So that's $95. But if you were to pay per month, you'd spend about $240. So it's a pretty big savings. However, I only take on 13 people for the lunar program, and there are no refunds. So if you sign up, you're committing to be part of all the moons of that year. And if you don't want to commit, that's totally fine too. But if you're still interested in getting one of my lunar readings, you can contact me for the flash sale on the Facebook page. Okay, let's do a little setting powder, little baking. And while this kind of bakes here, we will do eyes. And you guys, my phone is like now at 10%, so we might die here. I might have to go get a charger. Give me a second. All right. Let's see if this works. I think that's gonna work. Oh no! Oh shit. Okay. Let's try that. Oh, sorry guys. All right, let's finish this face. Are you serious? Any problems? Okay, we'll try that. We'll see how that goes. Oh. Hey Google, skip. Let's get some liner. Hello. Hello, Rihanna. Hello, Carol. It has been such a long time. I was just talking about on this live earlier about like what I've been up to and how crazy it's been and what's been going on and all the festival stuff that I have been doing and how that's been taking a lot of my free time. And that's why I haven't been on here as much. I appreciate you guys like reaching out to me and stuff and contacting me and being like, hey, where have you been on YouTube? Reaching out to me on my Instagram and on Facebook. Like, that's sweet. I'm okay. I'm okay. Everything's fine. Actually, not everything's not fine. Everything's great, actually. Let me just rephrase that. But I've just been super busy with some of these festivals. It's just been festival stuff, you know? Let's put some lashes on here. I have been working really hard with some of the local festival owners and getting positions and spots secured at various festivals for next year. As far as 2019 goes, I will be, Third Eye Fortunes will be at the Oddity and Curiosity Festival in April here in Indiana, in Indianapolis. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's a festival for all that is strange and unusual, which is totally up my alley. And then in September, we will be at the Indianapolis Pagan Pride Festival. And I'm really trying to make it to the Dayton, Ohio Pagan Pride, as well as the Chicago, Illinois Pagan Pride. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I heard that Chicago, Illinois Pagan Pride is like the largest pagan pride in the Midwest. And then October, there's a lot going on because October is what I call psychic season, or the season of the witch, whatever. And I've got Hannah Haunted Acres, House of Trepidation, The Asylum, Indiana Fear Farm, Indy Scream Park, Fright Manor, Necropolis. So, looking forward to all of that. So if any of you guys are local or will be here at any point in time in October, Third Eye Fortunes will be all over Indianapolis. Thanks, Ma. This is a Pandora station. Or not a Google. A Google Music station. See what a difference an eyelash makes? Okay. I'm sure YouTube's gonna get on me for playing this in the background. I'm sure I'll probably get dinged for some copyright infringement or something. Hey Google, Play Sad Lemhided music.
That artist is only available for Google Play Music subscribers. But try this Google Play Music Sadlam Jared station.
I've played like Google Music in the back to some of my live videos before, and I've totally gotten dinged. So, I don't know. Facebook is bad with that too. I know. Also, starting 2019, in January, I am teaming up with one of the local metaphysical stores here in Indy, Spiritual Gardens, owned by the fabulous Michelle Foltz. And I will be teaching divination classes there. I have a 6-week tarot training program that I'm going to be teaching. It'll be on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock until 8:30. It's an hour and a half course. And the course, so there's 6 levels to the course, so there's 6 classes. Each class breaks down different aspects of the language of tarot into really digestible, easy to understand methods. The first class we talk about what is tarot, what are spreads, where did it originate, what's the history. The second class we talk about the major arcana, break down that. Third class is the royal arcana, break down that. Fourth class is the minor arcana and breaking down that and creating with the basic understandings of the elements and numerology and like creating intuitive equations to find the meaning per card. And then the 5th class is all about ethics in tarot, and the 6th class is a review mostly as well as a final. For the students who take the entire course, they'll be able to take the final. The final, if you pass that, gives you a Third Eye Fortune Tarot certificate, as well as you can fill an application to join the Third Eye Fortune Festival team. For those of you who are not local, who are not able to make it to the in-person classes, it is available online as well. It'll be available online at a discount because if you take the class online, you are basically signing on to take it as a self-taught class. So you can pay me for the class, either per class as you go, or you can pay the early bird special, and you'll be sent all the documents for the classes and the lesson plans as well as the homework for each class. And you'll basically take it at your own pace if you do it online. After the tarot training program, I will be doing a cartomancy training program, which is classical fortune telling using playing cards. That'll be 4 weeks. And then after that class, I'll be doing a 4-week course on palmistry. And then probably doing a reboot of the tarot training program before festival season starts really getting crazy, because that'll take me from January up until about end of April, beginning of May. So, for those of you who don't know or haven't followed me, you can find me and message me personally on Facebook or Instagram. If you go on Facebook, just look up Third, like the number 3, RD, Third Eye Fortunes, plural fortunes, not just one fortune, but plural. You'll find me on Facebook, and you're free to send me a message, whether you're inquiring for a service or you just want to chat. You're welcome to message me on there. Same with Instagram. You can find me on Instagram under Third Eye Fortunes also. And Whether you're inquiring for a service or festival information or you just want to chat, you can find me on there. Love you too, Becky. Hi. Hi, friend. I'm getting ready to go meet Ken at House of Trepidation to see our festival space. Because we're doing a Belle's Haunted Xmas this weekend where Santa has gone mad and the elves are crazy, and they have 3 haunted Christmas style events there, and it's indoors, and I'm so excited. Iconic. Iconic. Becky, I don't know my schedule yet that far for the 23rd or 24th. I'm sure what days are those? The 24th is a Monday and the 23rd is a Sunday, I think. Yeah, Sunday and Monday I should be there. You should be able to find me. I can, once I get my schedule made, I can send it to you. That's right, Becky. Honey, you gotta get it right. It's gotta get it together. No problem. Are you going to Zonies this weekend to support your sis? Your sis? Is she going to be there all weekend? I would just so love to meet her in person because I feel like we would just get along so well. She has such like a sweet spirit, you know? Ugh, I would love to come Friday and Saturday, but I'm going to be at the Belle's Haunted Xmas Festival working with the Third Eye staff. But I would love to. Unfortunately, I'm booked all weekend. Well, not unfortunately. It's not unfortunate that I'm booked. I shouldn't say unfortunately. But it's unfortunate that I won't get to see you guys. Well, I think I need to do my hair, okay? But thank you guys all for hanging out and getting updated with my crazy life and everything that's going on. I'm going to try to be on more regularly, but as of right now, I don't have a lot of free time. But you guys can message me and contact me personally at Third Eye Fortunes on Facebook and Third Eye Fortunes on Instagram. That's third, like the number 3, RD, Fortunes, plural with an S. On Instagram and on Facebook, send me a message. If you just want to chat, that's cool. If you're looking for a service, that's cool. If you're inquiring about our festivals, that's all good too. I mostly post dank memes on the Instagram page and post festival stuff. And then on the Facebook page is where you're going to find the deals and steals. All right, so you guys have a great rest of your day.